My husband, Aaron, started disappearing every weekend around the same time. Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., he'd grab his keys, say he had errands, and vanish for hours. No explanation, no details, no receipts. At first, I thought maybe he needed alone time, then I thought maybe it was an affair. But the way he acted, nervous, jumpy, protective of his calendar, made my stomach twist. Whenever I asked where he was going, he'd brush me off. "It's nothing," he'd say. "Stop worrying so much." That's what guilty people say. Last Saturday, I decided to follow him. I waited exactly 1 minute after he pulled out of the driveway. Then I grabbed my jacket, took the spare car, and tailed him from 2 streets back. He didn't notice. He was too busy checking his rearview mirror like he was the one being hunted. But where he drove wasn't romantic. It wasn't even suspicious in the way I expected. He drove to a rundown neighborhood on the edge of town. Then he parked behind an old grocery store and walked toward a short brick building with covered windows. A rehab clinic. I froze. Why would he be here? He didn't drink. He hated the smell of alcohol. He was always the responsible one. I followed at a distance and peeked through the cracked blinds. He sat in a circle of plastic chairs. Everyone introduced themselves. When it was his turn, he stood up, wiped his palms, and said, "Hi, my name is Aaron. I'm a gambling addict, and I've relapsed again." It felt like the floor dropped out from under me. He wasn't cheating. He wasn't seeing anyone. He was drowning and hiding it from me because he was ashamed. They talked about missed bills, secret debts, lies told to loved ones. My heart squeezed painfully because I recognized those patterns, all of them. After the meeting, he walked to his car and sat there gripping the steering wheel, shaking. I watched him punch the dashboard once and whisper, "I'm sorry, I'm trying." I didn't confront him then. I drove home, sat on the couch, and waited. When he walked in hours later, I asked calmly, "Aaron, how long have you been struggling?" He froze. For one moment, he looked like a little boy caught doing something forbidden, then his shoulders sagged. "You followed me," he said quietly. "I had to," I replied. "You weren't telling me." And then he broke, really broke, for the first time in our marriage. He sat beside me, crying so hard he couldn't catch his breath, confessing everything. The hidden credit card, the debt he'd been paying off at night, the fear I'd leave him if I knew. "I didn't want you to think less of me," he whispered. I took his shaking hands. "I think less of you when you hide things. Not when you struggle." We spent the next hours talking, really talking, for the first time in months. He showed me statements, plans, meetings, progress. That weekend, I didn't discover an affair. I discovered something worse. My husband didn't know how to ask for help, but he was finally trying. And this time, he wasn't going to fight alone.